Hi, this is kind of a spur of the moment thing. I'm going to actually walk you through the property here at 7644 Manor Drive. It is October 18th, 2010. We're still upstairs. Not really any issues upstairs. Keep in mind, my son is 15. This is where he's at. But you can see the property is in the same condition as when we moved in. In fact, that's him there. Supposed to be doing homework, but that happens. And as you can see, just kind of show you through. I'm not going to make this a long video. I'm just going to show you the property itself. Again, it's a teenager. Then we'll head down and we'll start discovering a couple issues that we've been trying to resolve for nearly 28 months now. This is the actual entry door. If you go above the entry door, you can see we have had water damage here. So there is some roof issues that have not been addressed nor repaired, and we have talked to the roofer when he was here. The rest of the property is pretty much, as I said, in the same condition as when we moved in. I'm going to go ahead. This is the living room area. Now we go into the kitchen. There are issues that we've addressed. Again, not going into great detail. It's a little dangerous pulling the stove back, but here's what happened here. You see the 220 line that was put in from a gentleman from our church because the landlord himself refused to help. It did light fire. There's still some marks on the wall, and it sparked. We called for help. We had no response, so a gentleman from our church did come in and put a new 220 outlet in and ran it through the basement, connected to the existing line because we didn't know what else to do. That's the kitchen. Second issue in the kitchen. Everything else again is about the same condition as here. We still continue, as of this date, 10/18/2010, to have water issues here, which we did show the roofers when they did a sectional repair, and they did state that can be repaired. It simply has not been repaired at this time. Now I'm going to take you in, sorry for the movement there, kind of the spur of the moment video. This area has had many issues. We lost a computer. My daughter lost her iPod. As you can see, there was water. It cascades. It waterfalls down. But this area has been repaired, and we're considering the repair acceptable. It was Bidwell. He did walk me through, and we haven't had any issues for the last few days. They just went through the property. There's nothing above normal wear and tear. This is the same property we moved into, again, roughly 28 months ago. The kitchen area. The sink has major issues, which I will show you shortly, in the basement area. Everything else is fine. I have unclogged this area, which is obviously the toilet. We go in, it's a secondary room. This room's fine. No problems. No leaks, as you can see. The room is fine. Moving a little slow. I'm going to speed it up a little bit because these areas don't really have issues. This is the master bedroom area. No issues. As you can see, we're fine. Certainly not an issue here. Now we move to the basement area. It's going to get a little dark towards the other area. My daughter's 17. Sorry. This is where we currently moved her down here till this thing is resolved. But this area, this is actually the plumbing from our main sink. This is clogged through 3 times, yes, 3, that I've unclogged personally. It just comes out right from the wall if you pull it hard enough. So that's been cleared. This is actually the electrical. You can see it just hangs in here. It's your wiring, goes into here. That's your wiring there. This is where my daughter lives. And there's your 220 line that runs up to the stove I just showed you. Just runs right across the top. Not certified. And then runs over that area I'll show you shortly. But you can see she's had outlets. We had the breaker box shut down. The garage electrical is completely off because the roofers used the electrical in the garage and their equipment shut it down. It is still not working. No clue what the problem is. There's the sub pump area. This is the wiring. Runs into a breaker box which shuts off roughly 3 times a week. We reset it. There's a 220 breaker box. I'm sorry if you can't see. Just don't have much lighting over here. Goes into the sub pump area, which currently has water in it. That's the leak, which was repaired just a few days ago. Then we go over here. Here's what I've done over here. That's your main plumbing, your main drawback. This is where our bathroom sink comes down to. If I stick that pipe onto there, it will not drain. So I used a leaf blower extension and ran into an auxiliary sink. And that's how we live. Along with the rest of the piping that runs out, you can see we've done some repairs here. You know, my hands are tied. I have no problem repairing this home, but, you know, you guys know the situation. In here, all we've done is put buckets, because the utility sink, which our washer goes into, leaks continually. We do get water. And we have had water issues in the basement. In fact, if you look close, you can see the water line. It's never gone over about 2 inches. You can probably see my shadow more, but it's never gone over 2 inches. But we have mopped it up, cleaned it up as best we can, as it does leak. So the house has a lot of issues. The problem is not that we accept the issues. The problem is our hands are tied in repairing the issues. So we ask for your help in this manner in a fair and appropriate way. Thank you.